Welcome to this session on violence during the Protestant Reformation. The actions of the Protestants found created huge violence in the European countries. Every family member had a pit and stood for the war of religion. So we can understand from this that every family is influenced by the religious war. The Catholics and the Protestants stood against each other and started describing the right side and the devil's work. So here there is a lot of violence that can be seen from the same religion split into two groups, that is Catholics and Protestants. The artists, namely the Titian of Venice, Michelangelo in Rome, Cranach in Saxony, Dürer in Nuremberg, were taking part in the changing of the church, which is the single largest pattern for artists. So many people have tried to depict what was happening during that period. All those artists have changed the entire view of the church in a new way. So, in that artist, the art communicated the entire story of the Bible in an effective way. On the other hand, they also had Protestants trying to destroy the patronage of the church and the religious images like stained glasses, windows, paintings, sculptures, iconoclastic riots. So, there was a lot of violence between the Catholics and the Protestants. We can say that every family member has a spit and stood for the wars of religion. There was no way that any family that is not being affected by these Reformation violence. Everybody was involved in one way or the other way, either on the Catholic side or on the Protestant side. And also there are many artists like Michelangelo depicting the story of Bible, and also the works and the images that are stained glass windows, paintings, sculptures, iconoclastic riots happened during the Reformation movement. Changes at the end of the Reformation movement, as you can see here, during the Protestant Reformation period, people gained scientific revolutions and had new observations on the natural world, replacing the religious doctrines and the principles that are advocated by the church during that period in the universe. Nicholas Copernicus, who was a great mathematician, found and explained the truth behind the ancient Greek models of heavens. They started to check for the logic behind everything that was being propagated by the church. That sun was at the center of the solar system, planets were orbiting around it. Meanwhile, people came to know the colonialization and Christianization of Europe and called it as New World. So, the Reformation came to an end. People started to question the blind beliefs. They started to check everything with a scientific spirit, and they also found that sun was at the center of the solar system and earth is revolving around it. Not only earth, all the planets are having a fixed orbits and they're revolving around it. We also came to know about the colonialization, the mercantilism, the Christianization of Europe, and schism in Europe, and this came to be formed as a new world in Europe. So the resources what we have checked for making this course are the Google search. The images are taken from Google search, the encyclopedia websites, the Britannica website to know about the Reformation, and the National Geographic articles which were there about the Protestant Reformation. I extend my sincere thanks for all the websites and also the resources which I have used. You also can refer them to gain more insight about the movement. Stay tuned. We'll catch you in the next section.